Okay, let me just change. All right, so we're going to be checking out the demo for Mightreya, which is the second game from Wazen, the developer of Assault Spy, which is, as far as I'm concerned, like the first indie character action game that I really took notice of. I'm not sure if it's the first, but it's really the first that kind of captured the spirit of that. Unfortunately, my playtime with Assault Spy is very limited. So I do remember it being a little, there was something about it that was a bit off for me. Like, not bad, but just like a little clunky. And I think it was maybe the controls were not quite there. So this game does have a few quirks, like when I was updating the stuff for like the graphics settings. When I went into training mode, the camera was stuck like underneath the character's legs, like in their body. You can also change the controller type to PlayStation, but it doesn't actually change anything. Yeah. Volume is also a little low at 60%, so I might adjust that. You can also move this with the right stick or your mouse, which is interesting. Test level is like a proper training mode. So let's just get into this and see how the volume is. And this is a superhero action game that is quite similar mechanically to Gravity Rush. Whoa, hold up. Where are we? Did the city just collapse? Are we in an apocalypse? Seems like the timeline did a little pop. No worries though, camera's still rolling. That's not what I was worried about. So what now? We keep moving through the spooky fallen district. Maybe there's an exit? Let's just find a way out. I want to go home. A hero saying that? Shame. Yeah. Streaming live. Let's roll. So there's constantly this Neo is following you around at all times. I don't understand the point of this feature. It's fun, but it's a little, I don't know what it really adds. I also don't know what the currency does. I'm assuming it's for like buying new moves, which would be nice because currently controls are quite limited. So we've got Dark Souls, Attack 1 and Attack 2. You can only perform Attack 2 or Heavy Attack if your AT gauge is at, if you have one level. It can stack up to 5. Sub Attack is a projectile. Dash is for evasion, specifically. It's not great for moving, but if you hold it, it does turn into a sprint. You have a triple jump. You can also jump off of enemies. Dive brings you back down to the ground. You can grab and throw enemies, specifically, and point jump basically allows you to jump from point to point, usually from lampposts and then aerial crystals. So like so. And then your third jump has a bit of a delay, but it really sends you into the sky. And then here's... You can't do some of these moves unless you're locked on. Also, some of the attacks are contextual. Are you okay, Neo? And locking on is based on sight, specifically. It is quite difficult to tell. I don't understand why she takes her mask off for finishers. But yeah, it is quite difficult to tell when enemies are about to attack you. I do think that that feedback could be a bit better. But it is very cool and very stylish. When you see an X button icon above the enemy, that means you can grab them because they're at low enough HP, I think. But yeah, moving around is a little clunky. I feel like more could be done with that. Oh, timed my dodge poorly. And there's no, like, heavy attack combo or anything. Oh. There's also a super, which is the percentage on the meter. I don't know why that... Ooh. Alright. I don't know why I took so much damage here. Here, let's actually restart that whole level. That first fight went super well. So it's a shame I completely fucked up from that point forward. But yeah, definitely dodging attacks is a bit... I feel like your character kind of blocks a lot of the indicators that you're being attacked by enemies. Cool. Yeah, see, I couldn't even tell when that enemy was about to attack. Like, you can interrupt them, but then it's not clear when they're gonna continue. And actually, now that the game is going, it's a little loud. So let me just duck that down. Maybe 80%. But yeah, not being able to lock onto enemies when they're not, like, in your camera is a little awkward. Like so. Where are you at? There we go. And for some reason, those traffic lights were not point jumps. And you can throw these guys over your head, which is pretty cool. Not exactly sure what goes into the, so yeah, I think I will duck it down to 60%. I think. I'm probably still audible, but combat noises are a bit up there. But... And I'm assuming when you're doing a heavy attack, then you're effectively invulnerable. I don't know for certain, but Oh, interesting. You get a different jump if you are holding. So now we have projectile guys, which are quite difficult to dodge. Because they will fire projectiles at you from off-screen. And they will sometimes fly out of the combat range. Which I don't think I can actually hit this guy up top anymore. Oh, maybe. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, and so I'm just pressing light attack when I'm in range, and sometimes you can interrupt the drop kick that she does when you're above an enemy. And you can just do that infinitely, and that's something I think they should fix as well. Again, I still consider these very minor complaints in the grand scheme of things. This game is still really fucking cool, regardless. I'm just hoping that this is quite an early beta in the grand scheme of things. Or playtest, I should say. Because this was literally available on their Discord server and nowhere else until they made it a playtest available on Steam. Get over here. Oh, well. Okay, so there is like a long-distance laser that appears when a projectile enemy is targeting you. But I do feel that those indicators could be a bit better. I think that... Oh, no. Never mind. That was not the last guy. And the verticality in this section is really nice. Triple S, baby! And the parkour is a bit awkward, but you can run up walls, which is super cool. Oh, you know what? That probably gives me a lot of currency. Yeah. Like, the dropkick is super cool, especially if you, like, jump off of an enemy's head. And just to be clear, that is like an enemy step. I'm not doing a point jump. You know what? Let's test this out. Oh. Like, the spectacle of this game is fantastic. Alright, who's still alive? Hi! Alright. Yeah, it seems like the throw animation also makes you invincible. Very cool. Woo! Oh, ooh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Clipped into the building a little bit. And down you go. Nope. That was weird. Fucking Neo just on the edge of the arena. Whoop. Oh, another one of you. I do like the name of that one attack. God straight. Whoop. Where are you at? There we go. Not done with you yet. But yeah, the foundation for this game is like fucking exciting. Feels like we're really deep into this place. Seriously, how long is this level? I think we've earned a trip back to the base. What? Just like that? Yep. Next mission awaits. Off we... Wait, don't you dare time skip again! Go! But yeah, game is hot. Can't wait for more. Really hope they polish it a whole bunch. I haven't played level 2 yet. I only played level 1 and checked out the test level off stream. And I do like a good loading screen minigame. Where are we now? Got this out already. Hey now. Oh, there's someone there. Ugh. Who might you be? Thou seest Yasha, warrior of Rasetuten. Come, let us test thy honor. You sure seem fired up for whatever this is. But enough talk. Have at thee. Boss fight? Ooh, alright. Break! Oh, where'd he go? Oh, that was very cool. I'm surprised that works, honestly. Nah, not done with you. Oh, what? So it seems like they recover from breaks sooner the lower their health is. Like it's based on their health threshold, maybe? Which is an interesting concept, actually. Oh, no, maybe not. Maybe I just didn't notice that they had recovered. Oh. I will be honest, when I see the attack reticle, I am really just mashing. There isn't a penalty for it, thankfully. Okay, I'm gonna wait for him to do the weird teleport that he seems to keep doing. Oh, it seems to take damage if you knock him into a crystal, which is cool. Oh, well, there we go. I failed. Not bad. Bit of a hassle, though. Don't try that again. Congrats, Rhea. You've completed the demo. I've got no words. See you in the full release. Bye-bye. 0.5! Yeah! Decimals! I'll protect everyone. Very cool. Very happy with how this game's coming along. But yeah, do yourself a favor, check out Assault Spy on Steam if you haven't. This developer is great. Follow Wazan on Twitter. It's always nice to see their... oh, ooh. Where... Okay, well, I don't know what's happening with my cursor here, so we're just gonna exit the game. But yeah, build is quite buggy for what it is, but yeah. Let's just see if Assault Spy is on sale. That's part of the... Yeah, it's currently 80% off. It's like $4.55 Canadian. Definitely worth checking out. Oh yeah, this was published by NAS America back in the day. The new one's Mightreya is being published by 505. So you know, good stuff. Something good to look forward to. But yeah, I think I will end stream there and see if I can get some feedback sent off to the developer. Yeah, I think I pretty much covered everything here. I made some notes off stream before. Enemies getting knocked far above the combat arena out of range, can't be reached, which necessitated a checkpoint restart. Sometimes get stuck in loops when attacking enemies below, where light attacks just repeatedly reset the chase attack animation before contacting the enemy. The drop kick animation got stuck once while performing a downward attack, and Ray just started floating upwards, stuck in the frame. I had to dash or jump to get out of it. I'll add sometimes while running puts the player inside buildings. I mentioned this is more like indicator wise. Contextual buttons like grab / heavy attack prompts X / RT on stunt enemies could be more noticeable. It's hard to find enemies while attacking one, as the compass that guides you to enemies only seems to appear when not directly fighting one. And you saw that happen a lot where I'd defeat an enemy and to be like, all right, where's the next one? And I'd have to like float around for a second while waiting to notice the compass. It's kind of unclear when projectile enemies are firing, as the projectiles are often shot while enemies are obscured behind Rhea. And the current enemy she is fighting. I know there's a visual flash when projectiles launch, and a laser indicating a projectile enemy is aiming at her, but additional visual warnings would be appreciated. It's often hard to see when the projectile is approaching, and therefore when dodges need to be performed. Can also occur while enemy is off screen. Locking onto enemies often feels unresponsive unless the camera is pointed because the camera must be pointed at them. Enemies frequently get knocked off screen or out of attack / grab range, and you aren't able to chase them down. I specify additional options to chase down enemies rather than simply pulling them toward you would be nice. Simply moving around the environment with jumping and dashing feels clunky. point jumps aren't consistent. Some street lights are point jumps and some aren't. So getting from one arena to the next doesn't feel smooth and kind of takes you out of the superhero vibe flying around etc. Because yeah, that's kind of the thing. Like whenever it gets really clunky and you're like trying to jump from point to point, and again it keeps killing your momentum. I feel like you should just be able to fly around. Like if you dash in the air, maybe at like a flight ability or something. I think that would add a lot. I specify combat loop is enjoyable, but feels very basic. Being able to grab items in the environment would be nice, and being able to perform some kind of heavy attack without meter that had some specific effect besides the big blue fists would add more reason to press additional buttons during combat. I'll add a note that says dodging is fine, but it feels like when an enemy is queuing up an attack, you just have to mash dodge until the attack is performed. It's unclear when enemies are staggered out of their attack or not, which leads to the player mashing dodge and attack interchangeably, which doesn't feel the greatest. That was especially noticeable during the boss fight, where like I'd see the red marker appear and I just like mash dodge a whole bunch until I felt like the enemy had done their big swing and hoped that they were just going to do one and not repeat it. And honestly, sometimes I would just be mashing dodge and attack at the same time and just hoping for the best. Because so many of the hit effects, by that same token, some of the hit effects in combat obscure enemy attack cues, which complicates the above. And then I also specify it's unclear how to effectively build meter for heavy attacks. Sometimes it feels like you should have charges when you don't, leading you to stop attacking an enemy briefly to check if you can perform a heavy attack, only to discover you can't. Having a persistent indicator on the character to indicate heavy attack charges would be nice. Yes, an icon appears when you gain a meter level right beside Rhea, but having to check at the bottom left to verify meter status is not the greatest in the heat of combat. And I think that's it for the most part. I think the basic combat loop is enjoyable. This is more of a button masher. It's not as thoughtful as something like Gravity Rush, not as much of a puzzle, like navigating around the encounter with the anti-gravity and stuff like that. And that's fine. This is somewhere in between Gravity Rush and a character action game. And I'm hoping with the currency that you'll get new moves, and that's probably why there is kind of a lack of actions. But yeah, incredibly excited for where this game goes, and I wish the developer the best. This is going to be like a day one purchase for me. Like absolutely, definitely intend to stream Assault Spy at some point in time. But I just haven't really been. I mean, I've been sitting on Devil May Cry 5 for the longest time. Like I actually watched a playthrough of that at launch because I wasn't really in the mood to play it. That or I couldn't afford it at the time when it came out. And then I never had the desire to actually get around and play it myself for whatever reason. If anything, I actually went and got the Devil May Cry 4 special edition and played that before getting Devil May Cry 5. Because I really wanted to see how Lady played. And DMC4 is my personal favorite, just gameplay wise, because I really like Nero. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, I do have Expedition 33 to stream, but who knows? I might end up streaming some uh, Wild Arms 3 or The Legend of Dragoon in between. Uh, Monster Hunter Wilds new content comes out tomorrow. I haven't done the Akuma stuff. And we're going to have the Seragios and Lagiacrus, which is apparently how they pronounce them in the Lagiacrus? No, Lagiacrus, I think is how they pronounce it in the trailer. So that'll be cool to check out. As well as adding, my prediction was correct. All the attacks called Upswing are going to be made into offsets, so that's exciting. And yeah, I've been doing the Everdark Sovereigns in Night Rain off stream. I got that footage recorded, so I'll just play that back at some point when I decide to stream that again. So yeah, stuff is happening, even if it's not on stream. A lot of Peak, though. It's currently one of my comfort games. But yeah, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you when I see you. I'm going to get some rest if I can. And yeah, not sure if I'll stream again today. You might catch me on Silent Stream later. Probably more likely that I'll stream Monster Hunter Wilds tomorrow, if anything. But we'll see what I'm in the mood for. Adios.